Wheels of progress. I wouldn't mind just looking at this all day. It's another day at Freeman's garage working on the 1956 Chevrolet project car, and we got wheels and tires. The tires aren't necessarily what you would call roadworthy, but they're gonna get us rolling and get this car out of this spot. The big thing is the wheels. Finally got the right set of 15-inch wheels for this car, including spare. There's a lot of details and a lot of info on the who, what, why, where, when, and who and why on these wheels and tires. Lots to go over, but we'll get to all that stuff in time here as the video goes on. Let's just get to work, because not only do I want this car rolling and moved out of this spot in this video, I want to test fit the engine and the transmission in the car for some very specific reasons. We'll get to all that. Let's just get to work. Let's pick the best 4, because we got 5. So that's 10. We got 5. One's gonna be our spare. Later in the video, I'll also tell you what car these came off of. But for right now, you know, just first glance here, I'm feeling like, well, we got 2 golds and we got 3 blacks. Let's just put, they're not gonna stay this color. They're gonna get media blasted and painted and new tires. These are just to get us going. The Liberator 2 is just to get us going. I will drive on these, obviously, you know, not on the highway, but this is just to get us going, so just calm down. And so let's just say, so we're going off condition of wheel, because we're not painting the wheels and all that kind of stuff today. A guy is in the process of selling this house and has to get all his cars and junk out of here. So let's see. My examination of these wheels has only been superficial so far. I'm just looking for anything that's bent, too rusty. I know we're good around the valve stem holes for rust. I did actually look at these when I purchased them. There's a whole giant story to that. But right now I didn't look too deep into them though. 15-inch diameter, 5 on 4 3/4 bolt pattern. They're either 6 or 7 inches wide. I like this one. This one looks good. We'll just have to figure out if we want. Oh, that was some stinky air coming back at me. We'll just have to decide which one we want on which corner for now, which it doesn't matter. It would just be what we just think is cool. That hole's a little wallered out, is it not? Is it bent a little bit? This might end up being our spare. Let's look at the back side of it. It's a little skagooged up there. Not official, but just for right now, let's just consider that that's gonna be our spare, which will go in the trunk. This one looks fantastic. These are all identical wheels, by the way. Oh yeah, that one's perfect. Snail shells included. No charge. Okay, well that leaves us with these 2. So let's just make sure that there's nothing wild and crazy about them. You know, when you go look at something for sale, a lot of times, you know, afterwards you start noticing things you didn't notice before. So that's why even my superficial examination when I bought them, I did actually look at them. Which I think I already told you that, didn't I? Am I repeating myself? But I didn't, you know, spend an hour of the guy's time. Well, hold on here. I have to look at these for 4 hours. It was kind of hey, I'm here. It's me. Cool. Sweet. And then a little chit-chat about CB antennas and whatnot. You know, fishbowl, CB antenna, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a good one, huh? That one's nice. All right, so we did it. That's going to be our spare. And these are going to be the 4 we put on the car. But no, we have a new challenge. Oh, Right now, 3 of them are black and 1 is gold. That's the rustiest one, by the way, which actually isn't not bad. It's safe. What do we do? What do we do? Because we're not restoring them today. Is the gold one going to go, which corner is the gold one going on? I'll tell you where they're going to go. So a black one's going to go in the left rear, and yes, I know, it doesn't matter. You gotta have fun, right? A black one's going on the left rear, a black one's going on the right rear, all right? And then the snail shells, black one, is gonna go on the left front, driver's side front. And then the gold one is going to go on the right front for a very specific reason. Because that's just steer tires up front. We need matching rears, okay? Those are our drives. We're not too concerned about the steers. Or the heifers. Let's get our 4-speed transmission out of the way. Don't need that yet. Let's move these out of the way for right now, because we're gonna hook up our steering, because we're gonna need that. This won't take long to do. Basically just gonna throw the bolts back in. I just want to get this done right now while the wheels and tires are off, because it's a lot easier. Might as well pop off the race car body panel for your viewing pleasure. We'll have to take this wheel off from a previous video. I forgot that, I forgot that we have to take the drums off. You got to take the brake drum off, and that kind of stinks, because you've seen here at Freeman's Garage, this one's a little, I don't want to cooperate the easiest. You know, it's funny, I told you a minute ago that it's easier to do it with the wheels and tires off. Well, duh, you have to take the drums off. All right, let's not start going down that route, all right? This is the last, or one of the last videos you will see with these jeans that are, I mean, your mother couldn't sew these things, they're that far gone. So let's get through this video in these pants. Why are we talking about my pants? Let's get through this without too much tool droppage or things not working out. The last thing we want to do is be stuck on this, trying to get this drum off for an hour, or that's just gonna, yeah, let's not go down that route. Let's keep things moving. If I need to, I'll just take the hub and drum off together. In fact, maybe I should just do that. See, it's just a little too snug around here. See, this is the hub and that's the drum over the hub. It's not caught on the brake shoes. The brake shoes are brand new, so they are, you know, they are tall. They are standing tall and proud, but there's no way the drum's stuck on them. Although in the previous video with this car, we did apply pressure to the brake system for the first time. If we bend this backing plate, I'm taking the whole hub off. You know what I'm saying? We are so close to having a breakthrough on this project. Yeah, I'm gonna have to touch this paint up. Now the brake adjuster, or the wheel adjuster in here, it's all the way in, so it's not pushing the shoes out at all. Jeez. Yeah, it's just on there that good. It's just too tight. This is not how I wanted this to go, but I also do not want to beat the tar out of everything. You have to learn to say no. It's my life is now or never. That was easy. Ball bearings, not upgrading to those mangy rollers. It's not an upgrade. Original's better. I told you it wasn't stuck on the shoes. Okay, so this is going to go. The neck bones connect to the hip bone. Uh-oh. Come on. I think this bolt learned how to say no. We have a hammer. Everything on the front of this car, every nut and bolt needs to be tightened down, checked for cotter pins, all that kind of stuff, because most everything is loose up here because we redid all this suspension, and I don't want to tighten everything down before setting the car on the ground and with the weight of the engine and transmission. You know, I don't want everything drooping and then I tighten everything when it really should be sitting like this. It's like that and I tighten it, it can't move. Or maybe it would move, it would just be very tight. So once the engine and transmission are permanently in this car, car's sitting on the ground on wheels and tires, all the weight in it, then we will tighten every nut and bolt, double check everything before hitting the public motorway. Oh yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. I'm hoping this drum plays nice because I actually have about, how much time do I have? I have until 7, so we're gonna have to finish this video tomorrow. Not in real time. You don't have to actually wait a day. Tomorrow in my time, video time. Oh no, come on. I almost stabbed myself with this cotter pin. Gotta be careful with that. I don't wanna repeat issues we had before in the mentioned previous video. There. Oh, little spider. There you go. You can go over there. I don't need to kill you, but I don't want you on me. Oh, oversight. Complete oversight on my part. I completely overlooked the fact that the hub has to be off to get these bolts in. Now you could maybe do it from the back. Okay, like that. But I believe from the factory it was in from this way. They might be too long to go in from the back. If they're not too long to go in from the back, then that brings up the dilemma. Do I go get the assembly manual for 1956 Chevrolet passenger cars and verify? And if they have to go in that way, do we take the time to pull this hub off? Which we know doesn't take too long. But I probably have just a few minutes before I gotta stop here. Oh, no, I probably got a half an hour. Yeah, see, that wouldn't even work anyways, would it? Because the nut, yeah, that nut's not even gonna fit in there. Oh, these pants are falling apart into pieces. Well, if I know one thing, it's that there ain't no use in crying, so let's get it done. Need to keep my eye on the clock. I do not want to. I want to put the wheels and tires on right now. But this took a little bit longer than I thought it would, so I have to be an adult person. Gosh darn it. I'll see you in the morning. Welcome back. Day one on a fresh pair of pants to destroy. We'll see how many videos they last. Same shirt though. Let's get these wheels and tires on. Which is the right? Let's go driver's side front first. We're gonna see if we can't slide this underneath. Oh yeah, that was smart compared to cramming it through here, moving all this. Always thinking. Oh yeah, I love being smart. You got to be smarter. See, you don't have to be rocket science smart, but you know, you don't have to be SpaceX smart, but you just got to be smarter than what the thing is you're working with, right? Like a glove. Bet you never heard that before. And don't worry about the missing grease cap. I got a little trick up my sleeve for that. I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it. However, I really am not a fan of the length of these wheel studs that we installed in the previous video. There's nothing wrong with them, but I just always like to have a little bit more sticking out, which is actually how they are in the rear. The front studs are a little bit shorter than the rear studs. And I believe from my ski search that that is exactly how General Motors did it on this car, brand new from the factory. But that's something that I wouldn't be afraid to change. I just like that. I just like the extra thread sticking out. You know, cheap insurance. But that does not matter right now because we got 3 other wheels and tires to put on and an engine and transmission to test fit. Possibly more. Okay, we're going this way on this one just to see what happened. For fun, and it actually wasn't that bad. Maybe I just shouldn't have complained in the first place. Or wait, did I complain? No, I didn't complain. I found the solution, right? Sorry, you can't have a better view of this because the fender is in the way. The fender that's on the floor behind me. Okay, are we gonna need to jack the back of the car up? I think we will, won't we? Oh yeah, big time. Unless you like this look. All right, let's get this out of here so that when we jack the rear end up, this tire doesn't fall over and bend something. Jack it up right in the middle so we can do both sides at the same time. Oops. Wow, this car is gonna come off jack stands for the first time in a very long time. And the reason why we didn't do both fronts at the same time and then take the front off of the jack stands is because the impact and everything, lug nuts, all that stuff is all on the driver's side. So just do both at once, or both drivers at once. But now we're doing driver's side rear, passenger side rear, and then we'll finish with our Goldie up front. I gotta tell you, I think it's probably about 95 degrees outside right now. And these pants are a lot hotter than the other ones, the ones with the air conditioning. I'm trying not to destroy these immediately. Which I could very easily do. For YI, we might have to come to another stop in this video again and continue this later, probably tomorrow or the next day. But again, you won't have to wait. In real time I will, but in video time you won't have to wait. Well, no, part of the reason why these videos even exist is so that we can escape reality. We're being realistic, but Also trying to escape reality, right? For a little bit at a time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. I'm scrambling. I'm the midnight rambler, the gambler. Now those are wheel studs. All right, awesome. This side's looking good. Okay, try not to destroy these pants. I could get this wheel on a lot easier if I wanted to ruin these pants. The guy's really got to go back to his coverall days, which I plan on doing. It's just that, I think I've told you this before in a previous video, but I thought about getting back into my coverall days. You know, the real way, the old school way, how my World War II hero grandfather did it. But then I went searching for coveralls and found out that a good quality pair of coveralls is about $40 minimum. So I decided, well, we'll hold off on that. Let's put that 40 bucks into this 56 Chevy first. I don't like how those threads felt. Okay, there we go. Must have been a piece of dirt. Oh, you know, it's cool to see white walls on this car, to see what it looks like. I was thinking about just going solid black sidewall, just because it's easier to keep clean. I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think about white walls, etc. All right, Goldie Hawn. You know, I shouldn't have said that. That's disrespectful. I apologize. I shouldn't make it sound like I'm comparing Goldie Hawn to an old ratty tire. Oh, we didn't knock the snail shells out of... Which one was it? Was it that one? Yeah. Oh well. They'll come out at speed. One lap at Talladega and those shells won't be there anymore. Shiny new parts on rusty junk. Hey, that's my kind of way. Living the old outlaw style. Yeah, I'm loving it. Let's set this fender on real quick, just to see what it looks like. Cause there's really no reason to put it on, because, you know, with the front metal on this car, especially if you put with the front bumper and everything, this car is probably not even going to fit in this garage. It's so huge. But the smashed up fender can, you know, you've seen it 100 times. To move the car so that we can test fit the engine, because we're going to have to move it. We're going to have to turn the car in a different direction so that we can set the engine and transmission in. So this is going to come right back off, but since it's so easy to put on, let's just do that for fun. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Actually, we might be able to leave this fender on when we turn the car to do the engine and trans test fit. So we've done it before in here, haven't we? Pretty sure we have. But you can see if you put the rest of the front end on this car, it's not fitting in here. I mean, you could get a little bit more space back here, but then you're not walking through here. That third bay is a little different than these other two because it's kind of offset. Sorry for the noise outside. There's somebody out there who has a real job contributing to keeping the wheels of society turning. But any scoozers, if you used your garage just the way that, you know, a normal person would, well, if you pulled in here in this car and you get out with your groceries and, you know, you'd want to park in the middle so that the driver and the passenger can actually open their doors. But the car's so long, you would not be able to walk around the front of the car or the back of the car unless the overhead doors open. You know, these modern houses, they're kind of built for parking the little thing that starts with a P. Those kind of, I wouldn't even call it a car. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked because I'm excited. What's next? Wheels of progress. I wouldn't mind just looking at this all day, but we have to keep moving because I kind of have more bad news to break to you. It's not that bad. Don't jump off the video. Stick with me. We're buddies. I'm gonna stick my arm in the driver's side and straighten this wheel out. Let me know when it's straight, please. All right. God, you don't have to yell at me. You don't have to scream, I'm right here. The sort of kind of not really bad news is that you're not going to see the car sitting on the ground with weight on the wheels and tires and see what it looks like in that form just yet, because we got to put the car on dolly. So we'll be sitting on these wheels and tires with its weight on it, not jacked up, but it will be on the dollies, not sitting down on the ground where you can really get, you know, see where the belt line sits and all that kind of stuff. And the reason is because that next stop in this video, yeah, it's coming up right about now. I don't want to stop. I just want to keep this going. Oh, we got to jack up a little bit higher. We got the jack under the back, so we'll do the back first anyways. But the thing is that there's a car right outside this door. I'll have to start working on getting it in here. It's going to have to be winched and dragged and all that stuff. But that's a whole different thing, and it's actually time sensitive. Turns out nobody wants to buy your house. You know that term, curb appeal? Yeah, nobody's wife. Well, some do. A lot of them don't. I distracted myself by talking and pushed that over to the driver's side when we need it on the passenger side. And that car, it's not gonna hide in here. I need to get it in here, and I need to break all four corners loose. It's all locked up. I'm gonna be putting it on a trailer and then getting that one away from here just while some house stuff finishes up. It's like sending your child off to summer camp. And that particular car, it's a future project on Freeman's garage, but we're not starting it, even though it's going to be getting worked on. To get the corners unstuck so that it can roll, the project's not actually going to be started, and it's just going to be a thrash as quick as I can because I'm in a huge time crunch. And that's Freeman's Garage Extra. And I don't know when you're going to see this video or when that car that I'm getting the corners unstuck on will be on Freeman's Garage Extra, but you'll just have to check in on everything. All right, end of an era. It's about time I get these jack stands back. The guys always running out of jack stands. They've been under this car for so long, I forgot that I owned them. Yep, sorry. Evicted. Don't need to go too far to get the dolly under here. Gotta make sure it's fairly straight and even, or it'll pop out when we let the jack down. Finally got it back. Boy, I've had those jack stands for over 20 years. Built a lot of my most memorable projects with those jack stands. Jeez. Can a guy get some room? Can't wait to have the hood on the car. Maybe thinking, why you've mentioned before on Freeman's Garage that hood's been in the way and you've accidentally bumped it a bunch of times. Why haven't you moved it? You move that hood by yourself. I'm sorry, did I get aggressive with you? I apologize. Okay, J stand out, car coming down. Oh, darn it. This one's doing what I was warning you about. You see I let it down and it wants to roll off the front, so I'm going to put a little bit of air in it. Also going to lift it back up a little bit. All right, let's see what it does now. Nice. We'll put a little air in the right rear. The left rear is plumb full. There we go. Just wanted to let it know that I love it. Show it some respect. Somebody really liked these long valve stems. Sometimes you need them for your cover configuration or whatever you got going on. Liberator. Oh. All right, I'm gonna get stuff out of the way. Actually, hold on, I gotta think about this. I'm gonna get stuff out of the way and then you're gonna get a car dolly demonstration. Yeah, because we're gonna move, oh, gotta put the valve stem cap back on, don't wanna lose that, that's vintage goodness. We're gonna move the car to the center stall. That way I can winch the car that's out here in for that Freeman's Garage extra video. The thing about doing this though is you gotta position things where the jack needs to be up front because we don't want to push the car over, the 56 Chevy over here, and then things I need like the jack for the car that's out there is going to be trapped. So you got to be careful. You don't want to do, I've done this stuff before. If I roll this tire over and put it up by the toolbox, then when the car's over here, I need to move the tire to get in the toolbox and the car's in the way. Probably move that engine over here. This, or just the back of the car is going to be, we're just going to have to step over it just the way it is. Rolling, rolling on the river. Tina Turner or CCR, which version's better? Is that even a question? Okay, so here's what we're working with for pushing our 1956 Chevrolet passenger car from this bay over to the middle bay. Is we're gonna, stand in this room. We got this much room here, which is plenty. And if we scooch back out, let's go look at the front real quick. We've got that much room at the front. Might have to go backwards right away. And that's not easy. Okay, well, I'm gonna go over there and I'll push, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the plan. I'll go over there. I'm gonna push on the left front and just let me know if we're gonna take out the rail for the overhead door. Okay, you ready? Like a neighbor just saw me hanging upside down talking to what appears to be nobody. Okay, we're moving nice and easy. That's why these dollies are so beneficial. You still got to be careful. It still takes some muscle. Yeah, it's working out, isn't it? We are rolling. Oh, we got to be a little bit careful here. We moved a good chunk already. Nice and easy. Love the dollies. But one of the things that I'm warning about is you see how that frame horn is touching the overhead door. Got to be careful when you're by yourself. You might need to chain, rope, hook the vehicle down or anchor it or block it somehow, just depending on your situation. It's possible that that little piece of overhead door that driver's side frame horn is on, it's possible that that's keeping the car from just rolling forward, because we got a little bit of a slope, right, for drainage. So we just gotta watch that. And so I'm not going to stand inside here and push, because if it goes that way, then yeah, that's gonna be, I could just see the title of that video on the internet. If a guy's not stopping and chatting doing this, this could already be done. These dollies make it really easy. And if your car actually fits inside your workspace, if you don't have a giant land yacht. Okay, so now that we're at this point, we're gonna call that good at the front. I'm gonna push on the left rear. And then hopefully that driver's side frame horn comes back as the rear goes like that. Going forward still, aren't we? Let's see if I can scooch us back without the car coming off the dollies. Yeah, probably not. Okay, I'll go back to the left rear. I'm just trying to prevent us from getting into a position that we can't get out of. Right? Okay, well this is working out pretty good. I'm gonna push some more. I just wish the car was that way a little bit more, but it's easier said than done. Even with dollies, when you gotta, you know, I've repeated myself. Am I repeating myself? Okay, I got us scooching back. Nice. Now I'm gonna push on the left front. Okay, how we doing over here? Keep an eye on the right front for me, please, when I push on the rear. Okay, so this is far enough to get the car in that needs to get in. Well, actually, after I scooch this. So you can see when you're not all twisted up and crossed up, cars just glide on these casters. Okay. Working out pretty good, huh? Oh, it turns out we got a lot more room than I thought we were gonna have. So the car could stay right here. We do have, let's see here. Okay, I'm just looking at where it's sitting. Because over here, oh my gosh, we haven't seen the floor over here in months, have we? Wow, it's crazy. This car's finally moved. That's the car that needs to come in. There's more than enough room for it to fit. Oh my gosh, look at this car. Isn't that gorgeous? Woo! That was the weakest woo ever. Oh, I need to go to man school. Okay, I want to push the car over a little bit more because I'm going to want as much room as possible around that thing, because I'm probably going to be laying on my back and it's going to be a huge pain probably. And there's decent room here. Yeah, let's scooch it over a little bit more. Nice. Plenty of room for that car in here, which is only going to be in here for a short period of time. Okay. I'm going to say that the car out here will be in this spot for about 4 hours. It'll probably turn into a day or two. And if we do need more room, we can scooch the car over, but we have plenty of walk room to play with. Sweet. That's when I realized I was not going to get everything done with the amount of time left in the day. The idea of bringing that car in from outside, breaking all the brakes free that have been stuck since about 1975, winching the car up onto a trailer and getting it out of here, and then test fitting the engine and transmission in the 1956 Chevy, which involves rotating the 56 Chevy sideways so that it's the long way in the garage so that the engine hoist and everything can fit up on the garage floor, because there's a lip outside and the wheels aren't cast. It's just not gonna get done. I gotta finish it another day. There's that look again, not jazzed.